Welcome back to Living 808. Now, as we all know, early childhood education is very important, but there's a new type of model of learning. It's called Inclusion Preschool. Here to tell us more about it and its benefits is Gemma Medina and Dean Wong, who is the Executive Director of EMUA Family Services. Welcome.
Yes. Thank you
both
so
for joining
much.
us.
Thank you.
Dean, why don't we start with you? Tell us about this new model of learning.
Sure. Well, it's really not, rocket science. It's just really the idea of including all children together in the same classroom. I think in the past, EMUA is here because we're celebrating our 70th anniversary. And what I like to think about that is it's 70 years of being progressive and working with children in early childhood development. In the past, children were often separated who had different needs or disabilities or learning disabilities. And so we would have a classroom of children for special needs, and we would have typical classrooms where children weren't integrated together. In an inclusion model, you have children who have both in the same classroom, learning a same curriculum at the same time together, and they're all learning from each other.
Gemma, what are some of the differences and some of the benefits to this new type of learning?
Well, I think, first of all, we're all learning together, but each child comes to us with their own unique set of needs, and the families come to us with their unique set of needs as well. So our job really is to look at each child and their family and see where they're at and what we can provide for them. So there's a very individualistic approach to it, but at the same time, we're helping the child learn to function as part of a group.
Mm-hmm. Now, I would think that socially, this is so wonderful. You're teaching kids to even feel compassion and to realize that we're all the same,
Absolutely.
Right? So I can see where there would be benefits, but I'm sure some parents may not understand. Can you tell us maybe some of the challenges that you face?
Sure. Gemma gets to first meet our parents when they come to look at the preschool, so she can best answer that because she answers that almost daily.
Okay.
So as far as the benefits, there's benefits for both parties. There's benefits for children who are typically developing and for those children with special needs. Obviously, the child with special needs comes to us and they have a model. They have other children who have already reached their goals or are working on similar goals that they are trying to attain themselves. So they have that model. For the children who are typically developing, they get to be empathetic, they get to learn compassion, and they get to have an understanding for the differences that exist in the world that we live in.
Yeah, it's so important, right, to have that and to teach that at an early age. What are some of the special considerations that you have made within EMUA's preschool? Can you share some of the examples?
Sure. So we have children that come to us with needs such as they're on the autism spectrum, they may have ADHD, they may have other diagnoses, and we're fortunate enough to have the expertise within the organization that we can work with those children and meet those needs. So we have children that are on the autism spectrum may get a one-on-one person to come and help them in the classroom. That's a registered behavioral technician, and they will come into the classroom rather than take the child out of the classroom. We have a speech and language pathologist. She's come in and done a group session with all of the children, but focusing on the goals of the child that has the speech and language delay. We've also have occupational therapists who come in and work with us and help the children with sensory issues. So we've integrated a lot of the services that we have at EMUA Family Services.
Okay. Progressive is right. You mentioned that in the beginning of this interview, but it sure sounds like that is, what you guys have been doing over the last 70 years.
Yes, absolutely. And of course, when you're dealing with children, especially at the preschool age, the integration of all of the things that Gemma says happens through play. It happens in an environment where play is the basis for learning, and that's true whether a child is typically developing or not typically developing. So children look like they're having a good time from the outside. It looks like they're engaged in play. It looks like they're having a lot of fun. But really, you have to understand from the teacher's perspective that this is all part of the learning process.
Absolutely. What is the goal moving forward with this particular program?
Sure. As we think about celebrating 70 years of a history on a small neighbor island like Maui County, Molokai, and Lanai, we have to think about what we can do and really what we can do with the model of the preschool that we are currently involved in is think about how can we give this education to all preschool teachers in the state. And so we are involved in a lot of preschool teacher training, conferences, classes, and workshops. Right now we're actually going to be presenting a conference on Molokai for preschool teachers there in a couple of weeks. So that's just an example of how we can spread the act of inclusion and how to teach in an inclusion framework throughout the county.
Great. Sounds like you guys are doing great work.
Thank you.
So thank you very much. And congratulations again
Thank
on
you.
your 70th anniversary.
It's a huge milestone.
It is. It
Yeah.
is. Congratulations. We're going to have all of your information on our website so that people know how they can get more information.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you.